Now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Julie, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call, Friday night edition at 412-575-2600. You can also tweet us tonight at KDPomp or at Paul Zeise. Paul Zeise of the Post-Gazette 937 The Fan is here as the Pirates try to rally back, but at this point, it looks like a bad situation. They had a control of this game after trailing 3-0. Josh Bell had a home run. He also had a 2-run triple. McCutchen drove in Bell. It's 4-3. Looks good. You're going to your strength of your order or your team, which would be the bullpen. Felipe Rivero comes in the 8th inning and does not come off of the 9th inning, and instead it's Juan Nicasio followed by Tony Watson. Chicago scores 6 runs, and now the Pirates are trying to salvage something here. It's 9-5, bottom of the 9th, bases loaded. Polanco representing the tying run against Wade Davis. But Paul Zeise of the Post-Gazette, I mean, I'm sorry. This is how to mismanage a bullpen. To me, a closer is a closer is a closer. Either Rivero is your closer or not. He's your best option. He has the mindset for it, everything, and yet tonight Clint Hurdle went against it.
Here's the thing, okay? There's this like new wave of like baseball guys, the analytics guys, right, who've come up with this term called bullpenning, which is, well, why waste your best reliever in the 9th inning when you can use them in 7th inning or 8th inning when, you know, there's other situations dictate. And they all point to Andrew Miller in Cleveland, right? Because the Indians, that's how they use him. Of course, they never want to point to the fact that the Indians actually have Cody Allen, who's a closer, to pitch the 9th inning. So, it works in Cleveland because they have Cody Allen.
Right.
The Pirates don't have anybody like that. Rivero is their best reliever by a country mile. And, you know, this whole thing about, well, you can't win games that way. I mean, you're wasting your best pitcher. And then, what if you never get to him? And I just cited, what was it, 100 and, I think the Pirates in the Mark Melancon era, Gregory Polanco needs to go somewhere too. But anyway, I mean, in the Mark Melancon era, right, they were like 152-1.
152-1.
Yes.
Right.
In games they were leading after the 8th.
Right.
But boy, they were wasting their best pitcher. I mean, if they would have used the analytics guy bullpenning method, they might have won 153-0. I mean, the bottom line is they don't have anybody else close to Rivero. He's got to be, and the 9th inning is different.
And Tony Watson doesn't have the mindset. He can't
Exactly.
do it. He doesn't have confidence. Nicasio, same thing. The guy who has the gumption to go out there is Felipe Rivero. Use him for 6 outs too. Why are we constantly, I'm getting all annoyed just like you are. Why can't you always have to, he's enough pitches? No. You got a guy like Hayward up in the 9th inning. You want Rivero to face him, not Nicasio, who Hayward owns Nicasio. What do? You just play right into it. They deserve this loss tonight.
Absolutely, they deserve this loss.
Clint Hurdle.
And the thing is, Bob, it's no different than the beginning of the season when they couldn't hit because they had, in 23 games, I think they had 22 different lineups. It's amazing now that they've had pretty much the same lineup for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They're actually hitting the ball. Baseball players like routine. They like to know kind of what their role is and where they fit. They like to be in the same situations day after day after day. That's the way baseball players like it to go. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's so annoying, this thing. I get it. I understand all the analytics. Don't call in and tell me that, well, you just don't understand analytics. I do. I also understand you cannot use Felipe Rivero the way that the Indians use Andrew Miller because you don't have Cody Allen. Now, if you had Mark Melancon here, okay, or somebody that's proven they can get guys out in the 9th, okay, that's different, right? But you cannot do it here because you don't have a guy like that.
Polanco stinks, by the way. He struck out with the bases loaded again. He needs to get it together. The Pirates gift wrapped this to the Chicago Cubs. We want your reaction to it. It's 412-575-2600. The Pirates handed this to Chicago. It's a big game for the Pirates. It's a big game for the Cubs, and they handed it to them. We'll be back with your calls right after this on Pittsburgh CW. The Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by the Allegheny Health Network and by #1 Cochrane. Go one better.